and Clinton Jones. The lights are going to go out. It's going to be Bobby Ruffin, a pair of good shoes on the front row of this one. I'm interested to see who gets the whole shine. It looks like it'll be B-Ball. Ball slam is B75. AB Performance, Bubba Green towing entry down the back straightaway with the race lead in the turn 3. Cogburn going to take advantage and go ahead of the Crandall, Texas. And he loses it right in front of him nearly. Ruffin looked to get roughed up there, but nothing doing down the front straightaway. Your top four right now, Nick, it's Ball. The battle for second, it's the 121 of Ruffin who slips up, and here comes Ada, Oklahoma's Kel Westover.
It was a heck of a save in turn number 3 by Chris Cogburn, but look at Westover get underneath. Oh, they're together, Zach.
That's trying to make a slide job and it not working right now.
Ruffin going to lose 1, 2, almost 3 positions at a turn number 4.
And if I do, the top 4 in this one advance to the B feature tonight. So it's not all the way over for these guys who don't transfer out of this heat race. They'll transfer to a B main and to one of the qualifiers tonight to find out the rest of the cars that we'll get tonight to make our 24-car starting field.
Yep. For the 60-lap, $10,000 to win Southern Nationals here at Heart O Texas Speedway. It's still Brandon Ball out front. Cogburn is second. Westover third. Fourth spot going to be the 9L of David Leger Jr. And then Bobby Ruffin, one spot out right now. Zach in fifth.
I think Brandon Ball's got to be very happy with the performance of his race car right now. As last night, he started on the pole, the All-Star race. Of course, Woodward, Oklahoma's Brandon Kenny ended up with the victory. But the B75 said that, it felt good to finally get out front. He knows the car's actually good at clean air as one comes around here over the exit of 2, and that was very close to the 21. It could have been a lot uglier.
That is the 57 of Clint Jones. I don't think Jones is going to get it fired back up. We are going to go to a yellow flag condition. A no-go logo going to come out on the racetrack.
No choice but to throw the caution on that one. As they
green flag waves. We're back underway with heat race number 1 for the limited modifieds. Brandon Ball going to lead him to the flag. And look at Westover, Zach, picking up another spot on the restart. He's up to second.
Kel's one of the best Southern Sport Mod racers in the Mid-South, no doubt about it. As he does ride to the second spot in this one. Cogburn third is 121 of Bobby Ruffin's in force as the caution's back out immediately. Brandon Ball elects to smash the loud pedal as soon as that light goes off on that one. He says, I got to get what I can get. And a little cat and mouse played on that restart, but Kel Westover said, I'm up to the challenge. And he'll try to the race lead. He'll go to the left rear quarter and make a little bit of contact there, actually, Nick. Down the back straightaway for the race lead.
Yeah, a little bit of contact there, Zach, from Westover on the ball. Ball makes a bobble on the exit of turn number 4. Westover not able to capitalize on the mistake. 7 down, 3 to go, and Ball once again slides way up top. So does Westover. Here comes Cogburn for second.
Ball's driving that B75 right now with reckless abandon. I mean, he has to. You've got to drive these cars as hard as you can possibly drive them into the corners. If you ask the modified driver the difference in the limited, a modified driver will tell you it's all about momentum in these cars. You have to drive these cars a lot harder than you do a modified. Obviously, modifieds have more power, throttle response, a big deal in that. And you kind of control the way the car steers with the throttle and that. You got to be all up on it in these limiteds.
Yeah, these limited modifieds definitely not set up to rotate as well through a corner like a modified. You don't get the drive off the right front like you do in a full modified. So you've really got to sling them through the corner and drive it much harder as we come to 2 to go.
Final time, white flag in front of the face of the driver formerly out of Northeast Louisiana. That's why I call him the Farmerville Freight Train. Farmerville, Louisiana, located right across from West Monroe, Louisiana, right on Lake Darbon, but now resides out of Texarkana. So the driver of the Pro 1 transmission, Alvin Ball Performance, Bubba Green towing B75, the Farmerville Freight Train. Brandon Ball gets his first heat race victory of the weekend.
Fifth row back, going to have Brian Head on the inside in the 311. Ted Thomas to the outside in the 7X, and lining up shotgun on the field, Justin Hostler in the 47. Green flag is out. We're underway with heat race number 2. Heffling with a great jump off the outside leads the field out of turn number 1. It's Keith White in second spot. AC Light and Rusty Head having a good battle for third, but here comes Corey Williams in the 511. Down to the bottom of the racetrack. That's for about 7th spot on the surface right now. Gary Fox trying to make the bottom of the racetrack work, coming out of turn number 2 of the 12 machine, looking underneath the 55R of Rusty Head. Head in that 4th and final transfer spot. Shane Heffling out front in the 63. Then it's Keith White in the 71G in second spot. 2 laps complete, 8 to go as the 2 machine of Short makes a hard right turn off the speedway. The entry to the corners really starting to slick off right now, Zach. You can see the cars coming into the top side of turn number 1 and sliding up until they hit that moist dirt. Same thing in turn number 3. Cars are entering high. There's just no grip there at the moment. They're having to slide up into that heavy, heavy cushion. Pretty much single file around the top of the racetrack. The cars are spread out about equidistant from one another. Shane Heffling, still your leader. 5 down, should be 5 to go. Keith White, Captain America from Academy, Texas in the 71G, sitting in second spot. Hashtag has been to his friends. We love you, Cap. You're doing a great job right now in second spot. Got to transfer in to the B feature tonight. Closing the gap on Heffling coming into turn number 3, the lap car of Hostler, slow down the front chute. Into turn number 1, Hostler keeping to the bottom of the racetrack. Great job by the driver, the number 47, to let the leaders go on around. Looks like the 7X machine of Ted Thomas making a hard right turn off the speedway. His night is done, 8 down. I believe we're going 12 laps in the heat races tonight, so 8 down and 4 to go. Going to be coming at 10 down, 2 to go this time around. Two to go for Shane Heffling, but Keith White has closed the gap right there on the tail tank. Coming into turn number 1. White looks to the inside, not going to happen. I think that might have been the shot right there. White once again closing the gap coming into turn number 3, but Heffling taking the white flag. 1 more lap to go. Zach, bring us home.
Heffling's had the quickest lap in this race. Had to try to get our race monitor deal going so we know these differentials and what have you going on throughout these races. Showtime Shane Heffling trying to get his second heat race victory of the weekend. And he'll roll off the exit of corner number 4. In the API pipe and supply number 63, it's Shane Heffling out of Myersville, the Myersville Rocket. Fourth row to the inside, Eric Shashelski in 420 alongside Cody McDowell in G2G. Eric Gramella in the 11G and J.R. Watts and Tori Yant make up the field as we go side by side from the front row for the race lead into 1 and 2. Pushing up your outside pole sitter, but gets a big drive down the back straightaway. It's Gregory who's up to the challenge. That performance graphics by Matt Brown. Wrap number 48 car off at turn number 4. Nick holds on to the lead over the 31 of Cody Smith.
Absolutely, Zach. You know, Cody Smith, one of those drivers, has had some pretty crappy luck this weekend as well. Looking for a good night tonight in the 31S. Hanging on to that second spot right now, Ronnie Bell in third, and Shane Hebert coming back looking for redemption after a DQ last night.
Yeah, made one of RaceOnTexas.com's highlight reels, but in a bad way as he tried to pass for transfer and got the door slammed shut on him down the back straightaway. As right now, though, jumping the cushion, and here comes 31 for the race lead. He's got it. Give the race lead to the 31, but no, not yet. Yep, he'll slam the door shut now. The Vato chassis to the top spot as Gregory, I believe, is in an express chassis this weekend as he rides down the back straightaway 148 with the second spot now. 95 of Ronnie Bell in the third spot. 9 double Shelby Williams. Hebert working the hub and working it well to the inside. The battle for fourth, good one down the front straightaway, and still a battle for the race lead. Garrett Gregory going to slide up in front of the 31 for the race lead. This is what we like, brother. One slider deserves another. Let's see if 31 returns the favor.
Absolutely, Zach. I think this racetrack going to be a sprint car track tonight. You live by the cushion, you die by the cushion in turn number 3. Look at Cody Smith looking to the inside of Garrett Gregory.
I love when they live and die by the cushion, but I don't like them dying. Not literally, of course. We'd like them to live on the edge of disaster, though. These guys are already on the edge of disaster, given any type of track conditions. They're trying to tame the wild beast they're driving tonight. Behind the cockpit, though, the Vato chassis, Pancho Villa, Martin Marine, 31 going to go back to the inside for the race lead. The Tomball Texas says, "Get out of my house!" And he says, "Yes, sir." Into 3. 31 has his sights set. He gets a good drive off the corner, Nick. Down the front boulevard we come.
Absolutely, Zach. 7 in the books, 5 to go for Garrett Gregory. And then 148, the car bobbles right to the middle of turns 1 and 2. Here's Smith closing the gap out of turn 2. Down the back chute, into 3. Nose to tail on the entrance. Bouncing the right rear tires off the cushion. Garrett Gregory going to lead lap number 8, Zach, with Cody Smith in tow.
This is one of those rare occurrences this weekend where you can actually give a couple of mistakes and still hold on to your position at this track. You actually have to make a major mistake like the 148 did when he jumped over complete the cushion. It got all the way in the marbles that allowed the 31 to go. He said, I'm not going to have it, though, and he goes right back for the lead, showing that he is the quickest car in this race. But actually, I'm wrong. Jared Baird in the B4 car has actually turned the quickest lap in this race.
And Hebert, Zach, has gone around in turn number 2. Shane Hebert taking it back to the pit area after a solo spin in turn 2.
Man, oh man. Shane Hebert, tough weekend for him. He used to call his limited modified program his moneymaker when he was full-time modified and late model racing. Shane Hebert, the former Texas Motor Speedway World Dirt Track Championship winner in a late model, won his first ever start in a late model, as a matter of fact, at the Boot Hill Speedway back on April 7th of 2012, but that's another story for another day. Alpha 4. He's a former South Texas Shootout champion, though, Hebert is, and this guy is too. From Tomball, your winner of the 148 goes to Garrett Gregory in the 148. 10D at Don Painter. Outside is Jared Roberts, Kyle Wisselman, 91. Ricky Sessions at P74, Michael Marischak. And the 17, the lights go out. We are underway here from the Heart of Texas Speedway. And heat race number 4, Nick, into turn number 1. Here we go.
Green flag wave, Zach. Like you said, we're side by side for the lead. Chris Florio with a great run up the top side takes the top spot into turn 3. Jason Gore in second spot. Cleo Adams in third.
Off of 4, leading lap number 1. Going to go to Florio, though. Florio leads at the line by 0.450 seconds at the line, the differential. As he has about, I guess, 0.450 is about 2.5 car lengths, it appears.
It looks like it.
As Florio continues the lead into turn number 1 and 21. Always been one of my favorite numbers is 21. Favorite number is 20, though. I don't know. Into 3, Florio rim riding the top shelf of the Heart of Texas Speedway, just like the rest of his competitors. It looks like the Antlers Oklahoma driver and the 58 Western Flyer, liking the way it works around the home of the track right now, though. Not able to quite make the gains he's wanting here, Nick.
Yeah, Honeywell, one of the few guys trying to, really the only guy trying to make the bottom side work here in heat race number 4. Not sure it's going to work out for him right now as Florio leads lap number 4.
He can't get off the bottom, though, because as soon as, you're going to chop somebody off, but getting freight trained right now like getting sucked out of the draft at Talladega.
Oh, we've got Sessions around in turn 2.
No harm, no foul.
Yep, we're green-yellow right now. We're back to green. Sessions takes it into the infield. We'll stay green.
Well, it's a harm on Sessions, but no foul for stopping the race. As now we got a battle here for the 4th spot. Craig Oaks has his hands full as he dropped it to the low side of 3 and 4. And they're trying to go fan out and go 3 different lanes wide here off of turn number 4. The 9, though, has a sizable enough advantage over those guys in that Outcast Racing chassis. It's Cleo Adams.
Now, Oaks had an interesting line there that last time through 3 and 4, Zach, as he threw it down to the bottom, and it actually seemed to work a little bit. Didn't close any ground, but he didn't lose anything either. So Oaks might have a couple of extra bullets in the gun later on this evening. Yeah,
Craig Oaks has been working hard all day to get the things changed on his motor that apparently he had to receive a disqualification for. It was a few of the PTS power plant drivers that are here this weekend, and he just got suckered to the outside and a little bit of contact there with the 123.
Yeah, that time the bottom side line did not quite work. Jason White gets back around for that 5th spot. Make that the 4th spot. So Oaks right now not in a transfer position. 9 laps down, 3 to go, Zach.
And now Don's trying to paint a nice picture here. Don Painter and the 10D IRP chassis working his way into the mix. I tell you what, the top 2 have separated themselves, and this battle from 3rd on back is an absolute war, and it's being waged heavily here in the turn number 3. Cleo Adams into turn number 3. The Oklahoma hot shoe off of 4. Oh, look out. Justin White went way up top. Jason White, rather.
And White going to lose the position, Zach. Back to Don Painter, and it looks like as the white flag comes out that Craig Oaks has secured himself a transfer spot once again.
Yep, Oaks riding back to the occasion, the 91. And the deplorable spoiler, number 91. Nicely wrapped car by Hitman Designs and Sean Graham as Painter takes a stab to his inside there for the final transfer spot, but it will not work. He'll come up short. 3rd and final transfer will be the 91 of Oaks.
Wayne Melton starting inside row number 4 alongside Cody Tupper in the 23. Dale Melton in the 39M. Mason Jordan, the 23J. Caleb Hudgens in the 10H as we go green. And Bailey Dosser going to have the lead coming out of turn number 2. A little bit of contact there with Clement. We are 2 side by side into turn number 3. Sid Kippen trying to find his way into the B main tonight. 3 wide out of 4, Zach.
Yeah, Kippen, I'll tell you what, man, you've got a lot of good juice right here towards the tail end. Josh Shorten right around in front of some good cars. Hudgens got a little bit of it, but stays green here. That's tough, man. When that happens and the green stays out, a lot of good cars get bottled up, man, and Jason Tyner's up in smoke.
Yep, Tyner up in smoke at the top of turn number 4, turning it down into the infield. We're still going to stay green. Thank you, Jason, so much for your cooperation. And we've got Melton up in the deck in turn number 2, but your leader now, still Bailey Dosser.
That's a bummer for the Joker, Jason Tyner, out of Tyler, Texas. I'll tell you what, man, Bailey Dosser, out of passing points this weekend, sits 5th overall. A lot of cars who are inside of like the top 20 have not even made it into this race this weekend.
That's pretty crazy to be passing that many cars and still not have made the show.
Just like the 31 of Cody Smith, he's like 3rd in passing points. Like I said last night in those B mains, Nick, you get points for every time you're on the racetrack, even during the B main and the qualifiers. So you got to get what you can get.
Absolutely. And it looks like Clement might be about to go up in smoke too. A lot of smoke out of the 21X machine. Sitting in 2nd spot right now. 3rd spot belongs to 58R of Don Reed. Oh, we've got 3 cars around in turn number 4.
Your race
looks
leader.
like a couple of them trying to go around the 39M of Dale Melton.
I think your race leader's involved. Sometimes bad luck is a tough thing to tame.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you make your own luck too.
That is true as well. As we go back green in heat race number 5. 5 down, 7 to go. Mitchell Clement leads him into turn number 1. And Sid Kippen, showing that experience makes a big difference around here, gets up 2 spots on that restart.
Dale Melton trying to rise to the occasion. That Charlie Allen Roofing, Smiley's Racing Products, 517 Designs, number 18, Western Flyer chassis. Off of 2 down the back straightaway. Clement holds on to the race lead over Sid the Kid. Sid Kippen, as he'll pull to the back tail tank here off of turn number 4 for the race lead. Down the front boulevard we go. It's heating up in a 1, Nick.
And I tell you what, Zachary, if you want to see Heart O Texas Speedway erupt in a whole bunch of cheers, you let Sid Kippen win this race tonight. If the kid climbs out to take that $10,000 check, this place will go nuts.
Absolutely. I've seen Sid wheel to a victory, like I said, last night or night before at the old Colleen Oval. Unfortunately, that place is no longer. And got to call a race with Old Joe, who actually calls the races here, I believe. But had a lot of fun there with USMTS that weekend. Austin Tice got his first ever limited modified win that weekend. As down the back straightaway, Kippen trying to reel in. He's got the fishing pole thrown out, looking to hook the tail tank, but can't quite come up to the top spot.
Trying to get the momentum on the inside of the racetrack as we come to 2 to go. Kippen trying to get close enough to where he can dive down and make the move. Took a look to the inside that time out of 2. Nothing doing. Tucks back up in the line. Into turn number 3. Clement going to be coming to the white flag this time out of 4. Kippen knows he's got a transfer spot, but as we've said before, and Kippen to the bottom of the racetrack in turn number 1. Passing points the name of the game. Kippen going to try to clear it. Not going to be enough, Zach.
At least going to show some pressure and try to rattle the cage of driver 21 of Clement. But Clement says, I'm not rattling. I'm up to the challenge. And he'll cross the stripe, Nick, and get a face full of checker flag. Mitchell Clement, your winner.
And the 23 JR
Cody Tupper
taking the 4th and final transfer spot.
Outside is Bobby Baby. How about that? Inside of the 4th row will be Tim Linares, Jim Guyton in the 68. As the green is out, we are underway. Will Carter from Viola, Texas, Dan Weber Jr. in the 01, and Devin Chambers round out the field. We are underway as they try to go 4 wide. They definitely went 3 wide there off the exit of 2. Down the back straight away into turn number 3. The best battle back here for the 5th spot is the, look out, guys. Bottom up and a victim of circumstances, the Viola Texan and the orange 8C Express chassis of Will Carter.
Yeah, Carter going around to the bottom of turn number 4. Not going to be good for his heat race tonight. Look, that 4th and final transfer spot shaping up to be a pretty good battle. Yeah, David Shurey watching from his back porch at home again tonight. Thanks, David, for tuning in here all weekend with us from Corpus Christi, Texas. One of the coolest guys you'll ever meet, man.
Is he telling me no texting?
I don't know if he's talking to you or both of us. No texting and announcing, though. It's dangerous up here.
He has to tell me that. I just want a Wisconsin 6 cheese with pepperonis.
Right. 6 cheese and pepperoni for Zach, David, if you don't mind.
A Wisconsin 6 cheese. I like nothing about the Green Bay Packers or Wisconsin. Well, I actually want to go there. But anyway, that's the side of the story. Danny Abear's leading the way here over Matt Shepard, Eric Luttrell.
Your top 4 spots right now, ladies and gentlemen. Danny Abear in the 182, second spot. Jeff Shepard in the 171. And Eric Luttrell. Oh, we've got...
No, it's Matt. Like I said, remember the other night I said that he was firing bullets like...
That was Bobby Beatty going around in turn number 2, the 367. Danny Abear still your leader. Second spot, the 171 of Jeff Shepard, and it's Eric Luttrell third. That 367 is Bobby Beatty. That's a lap car. And then the fourth and final transfer spot belongs to Fast Freddy Wotek at the 318.
I love the 318. It's my area code. If you ever want to know Northwest Louisiana's area code, it's the top of the boot, 318. And he holds on to that fourth and final transfer spot right now. Down the front boulevard we go. Into turn number 1, it's Danny Abear, the Lafayette, Louisiana native. Leading the way as Nick Robbins gets himself a mouthful of, yeah, why not? Let's see if we can announce with it. Pump it up. I can't turn down this deliciousness.
Go ahead, I got you. Take a bite.
Oh no,
we're eating funnel cake, ladies and gentlemen, and that's delicious.
Funnel cakes galore. This is a Louisiana thing too. Used to ride the Ferris wheel, the Louisiana State Fair in Shreveport.
It's about to get interesting here in heat race number 6 for your leader, Danny Abear. 2 laps to go, but he's really closing in on some lap traffic. Will Carter, the first is scheduled to go a lap down.
We'll make you slap your grandmother.
Right?
No, I would never slap my grandmother, but that's delicious. Oh, one around right in front of your race leaders. Final time of turn number 4. Getting checkers. It'll be the 182 at Danny Abear once again getting another heat race victory this weekend. The 171 to Matt Shepard will grab second.
And the 9J is Daniel Jeffrey. Michael Honish, going to line up inside of row number 6 in the 7H machine. Green flag flies, and it's Kevin Manning leading the field out of turn number 2, but here comes Justin Neighbors on the inside, side by side with Garrett Rawls for second. Neighbors to the bottom. We're nearly 3 wide on turn number 4, and lap 1 is now in the books. Manning out front, Rawls in second, Neighbors is third. Neighbors to the bottom around Rawls once again. They're side by side for second, down the back chute into 3. Justin Neighbors once again to the bottom of the racetrack. One of the few cars trying to make it work, having some success with it as well. Neighbors around Rawls, going to tuck back into line, take over that second spot on lap number 2. Excuse me, we're working lap 3 right now. Going to be 3 complete this time by. Rawls battling back on the outside. They were side by side at the stripe. Neighbors once again tucks back up into line, is having to play defense to hang on to that second spot. The car seems comfortable down towards the bottom of the racetrack, but he's got to play it safe as Rawls battles back around the outside. Neighbors once again to the bottom side much better on the south end of the racetrack, but Rawls that time finds the dig off the top of 2, hangs on to the second spot, down the back chute into 3, they're side by side. Once again, both these cars in a transfer spot. Neighbors maybe starting to lose a little bit off the bottom, trying to get back up into line to hang on the third spot. David Phillips, your fourth and final transfer position right now. Neighbors once again to the bottom as we come to halfway, 6 down, 6 to go.
Into turns number 1 with the race lead. Out front is Kevin Manning in 8X over Garrett Rawls. Justin Neighbors, David Phillips right now your top 4. Nick Robinson to turn number 3. Dustin Robinson, the post-Texan, the driver who I bragged about earlier this weekend, who had 21 wins at 10 different tracks back in 2015. Trying to rise to the occasion here, ride his way into that top 4. He's got a little bit of ways to go here, but he's trying to catch the tail tank of the IRP chassis. Number 18 of David Phillips, that car formerly owned by Robbie Crabtree, as he gets a good run to the outside of Justin Neighbors here off of turn number 4. And he'll go to his inside into 1 and 2 now. Pushes up and opens up the door. Here comes the post-Texan. Dustin Robinson going to dime it off the exit of corner number 2 down the back straight, and he'll go to the inside. He'll dive it to the bottom, and he'll look to complete and throw a slight job into 3 and 4. He won't clear him. He'll give and show some respect to the counterpart in the IRP number 18 to David Phillips. That was close as it gets. Gave him a little bit of a slight shot in the shorts there in the middle of part of 1 and 2. Now in the back straightaway. And the battle for transfer is heating up in the 3. The 18 and 10 are absolutely going at it right now. Dustin Robinson all over the tail tank of the 18. He'll dive it to the bottom of the racetrack into 1 and 2 and drift up, and they're going to have to make contact, and they do. Oh boy, contact, and there's debris in the middle of the back straightaway. They make more contact down the back straightaway. My goodness gracious, David Phillips is probably about to lose his cool. The white flag is out though, and Dustin Robinson has all kind of damage, and I don't know if he's going to be able to hang on because he just ran right over the debris that came off the 18 car. The 18's about to drive it deep into the sea right here, though. If he can catch the 10, he's going to give him a punch in the shorts. And Dustin Robinson's going to steal the final transfer spot. Watch what happens after this race is over. The 18's about to pull right alongside the 10, or he's may just give him a big old shot here. You knew it was coming.
I did get a shout out earlier from Riker Butcher cheering on both Dustin Butcher and his brother Caleb Hudgens. We're going green with heat race number 8.
Yeah, Blaine Shaw's making a car change. How about that? Blaine Shaw's hopping out of that white IRP number 33 into this number 33 car. So Blaine Shaw's going to be on the pole alongside the Breeze, Chase Breezy out of Baytown, Texas. The former TMS World Dirt Track Champion Nick Klickenbeer to the 66 in this one as well. Rob Bland of the 16, Kevin Rowland, he's the former TMS World Dirt Track Championship winner as well. 70777 is James Honish. As down the back straightaway, Nick in the turn number 3, Blaine Shaw's with the race lead.
Pretty much single file around the top of the racetrack right now, Zach. It looks like Rowland trying to make the bottom work into turn number 1 to get around James Honish to take over that 5th position. Rowland might make it a 2 for Zach.
Hey!
Gonna definitely take over that 5th spot and now sets his sights on the 16 machine.
Well, we certainly had a hell of a battle for the final transfer spot in that last one, which had to come down to a little bit of Dale Earnhardt type contact anyway. Rest in peace to him. As Alpha 2 down the back straightaway. Seriously. I was devastated the day Earnhardt passed. Into 3 and Alpha turn number 4, but he loved to rattle people's cage. That's the point. Now Alpha 4 down the front straightaway. But nobody's been used up quite like Terry Labonte did at Bristol in '96. I tell you, that was a rattle of the cage of the century. So anybody wants to live up to what Earnhardt did to Labonte, you're going to come up short. Maybe.
Still Shives out front. Second spot belongs to Chase Breesy. Here comes Klickenbeard, though, looking to the inside of the 42 machine down the back chute. Into turn number 3. Slow car. Down on the bottom, going to make its way into the infield. We certainly do appreciate that from the 114. 114 of Kevin Ward, parking it in the infield. And still, Zach, the battle of the racetrack right now, the 1 for 2nd. Here comes Rowland to the inside for 4th. Rowland to the bottom of the racetrack underneath Rob Bland. Zach, that's the battle for the final transfer spot.
Rowland is rolling in the 1. He's got his sights set on the 4th final transfer spot. Meanwhile, he's clicking like Nick. Quick Nick Klickenbeard trying to pressure for 2nd. But here comes Rowland. The battle for the 4th final transfer spot is all the way heated up. It's 287 degrees off of turn number 4 down the front boulevard. And Rowland just coming up a little short. And he just nearly lost the handle as he drove it really deep there, but he smashed the throttle and diamonds off the corner. He makes the best of a mishap. I tell you what, that's absolute great car control for the former TMS World Dirt Track Championship winner Kevin Rowland in 4R. In the 1, your top 3. Oh, and a bobble by Breeze. Chase Breezy will fade the 3rd now. Down the back straightaway. I've got one. You want to wear a bandana?
I don't have quite the hair you do for a bandana, brother.
Yeah, I'm wearing it to keep it out of my face most of the time, but I get tired. Hats give me headaches sometimes. No. Klickenbeard all over the tail tank now with Blaine Shives with the white flag waving this time by down the front straightaway.
Klickenbeard has gotten around Chase Breesy for that 2nd spot. 4th spot still belongs to Bland. Here comes Rolando and Melton make it 3. Whoa! Melton nearly losing the car at the bottom of turn 2, Zach.
That's Dustin Donnelly in the 16D there. Looks awfully a lot like the 18M. The final trip around the corner. Alpha 4 for the 4th and final transfer spot. He's going to come up short the 4R, speaking of Rowland, as the 16 of Rob Bland will grab the fourth and final transfer spot in that one.
And Dylan Spear, the 22 mag, by himself in row number 6. 11 cars, the field, 12 laps the distance. Green flag is out. And Jack Barfield Jr. hangs on to the top spot down the back chute into turn number 3. It's McCreary in second. Roy is third. 3 wide through turn number 3. Dustin Butcher on the bottom. Gonna pick up one spot. Butcher into the fourth and final transfer position.
Tell you what, turn my head for 2 seconds and they're all the way 3 wide all over the place. And here comes the caution. Thankful I got Race on Texas. We're thankful that you're watching, but man, hey, stay safe down there,
Absolutely,
brother. It's no joke.
And we are nearly 3 wide. Look at Dustin Butcher taking advantage of a sloppy.
Oh, my goodness. Garrett Higgins just drove the car into downtown Dallas, Texas. Nearly ended up in Shreveport, Louisiana on that one. I want to thank Bobby Rowland for tuning in tonight from West Monroe, Louisiana. His favorite driver, Brandon Ball, won his heat race tonight. Richard Ball, of course, drove the late model. That's the reason why Brandon has that throwback B75 paint scheme. Of course, Brandon always drove B75 as they're 3 wide here on the restart.
Want to give a shout out to Mr. Austin Witt as well, watching us live from Corpus Christi. Thanks a lot, Austin, for your support. Look at Dustin Butcher back on the bottom of the racetrack. Zach got a turn number 4.
But pretty cool, like I said, Bobby Rowland's tuned in, and we got a great battle shaping up here in the 1 and 2. Dustin Butcher has got the meat cleaver out, and he is clawing up to the front here in the turn number 3, 90K to the top side. In front of the Texarkana Emergency Center number 35, Rapid Roy, Aaron Roy, the stock car boy. Out of Red Lick, Texas, holds on to the fourth and final transfer spot in the 1, Nick.
Butcher cutting his way through the field right now, started 5th, making his way up to 3rd spot on a racetrack where passing is at a premium. Butcher showing that you can make your way through the field anyway.
Rapid Roy, Aaron Roy holding on to that spot, the fourth and final spot, the ever so important position on the speed plant. D.I. Wilson in 6W is on deck in the 6W. 22 Mag and Dylan Spear trying to work his way into the mix now. Back in the 7th spot in 22 Magnum. Off of 4, still your race leader is Jack Barfield Jr.
Jack Barfield Jr. with nearly a straightaway advantage over the 13J of James McCreary. I noticed a little bit of damage, Zach, on the right side of McCreary's car. A little bit of damage to the spoiler. That's going to affect the race car quite a bit. Dustin Butcher trying to close the gap right now in 3rd. 4th and final transfer spot belongs to the 35 of Aaron Roy. So those are your top 4 transfers. D.L. Wilson 1 spot out right now in 5th.
Aaron Roy with 8 wins in the 2017 season, coming into this big 10,000 win Sport Mod Nationals event presented by Hoosier Tire Southwest. Still your race leader, the Big Race Promotions, number 115, with a CB power plant underneath the hood built by CB Bruton. Jack Barfield Jr., of course, Bragg Dixon and Jack Barfield, and RaceOnTexas.com teaming up. Of course, our boss, Chris David, are highly anticipating October 7th and 8th for the 3rd annual Lone Star 600. So be sure to tune back in live on Race on Texas coming up October 7th and 8th. Throw it on your agenda right now. One of the funnest races, 300 lap enduro race. And guys like Justin Whitehead, who's going to be on the pole tonight's 10,000 win event, will be at that race. And many other great competitors. As right now the battle for transfer is heated up. They're side by side for it. The 6W D.I. Wilson all over to the inside of Rapid Roy for the fourth and final transfer spot, Nick.
Absolutely, Zach. D.L. Wilson trying to get up and catch Aaron Roy or Adam Roy for that 4th and final transfer position.
Aaron holding him off right now. Turns back the challenge for the time being, making that car wider than a double wide. Into turn number 3. The final trip around the speed plant. Being shown to your race leader in the 115 of Jack Barfield Jr.
White flag is out for Jack Barfield Jr. A pretty sizable lead over the rest of the field, Zach. Pretty dominant.
Oh, and Wilson nearly got it.
D.L. Wilson goes around in turn number 2. Checkered flag going to come out. We're going to stay green. Checker going to wait for Jack Barfield Jr.
Bryce Reed at the tail with the 184 Corpus Christi, Texas. Another 184 of Brian Rye. So lights are out. We are underway with the Deuce leading them in the 1 and 2, and they're side by side. And 3 and trying to go 4 wide off the exit of turn number 2. They were definitely 3 wide.
Wow, that was nearly 4 wide there at a turn 2, Zach. Like you said, look up at top. J.J. Jennings trying to get around and pick up a couple more spots to make that transfer.
Wow, J.J. That was a nice move by J.J. Jennings, man. He is after it tonight. He's got to hit that. Woo! That got close, man. Nearly hooked the quarter panel there. He'll drive it back deep to the inside and look to throw a slider. Well, we'll have to come up a little bit short.
Jennings trying to get the power down around the bottom side of the racetrack. This time slides up to pick up sixth spot on the racetrack.
Good call, Nick. You see him sliding right up in front there. It was like a puzzle piece. It's like it deserved to go there. You could tell it was going to happen. He had the inertia moving with him as we slam him back off into 1 and 2. I believe J.J. Jennings has got that 26G really rolling tonight very well. It's the best it's rolled all weekend long. All he needs here is to catch a break throughout the longevity of this one. Off of turn number 4, the 26G is coming quick and fast and in a hurry. Can he get up into the side of the top 4? He'll dispose and make contact down the front straightaway with Joel Garcia.
Joel Garcia trying to slide up and get the line away from J.J. Jennings, now in the 5th spot. Jennings, 1 spot out of a transfer, Zach, into turn number 3.
J.J. Jennings, the second quickest car on the racetrack. You're the race leader, though, who's in clean air, obviously does have the quickest car, which you could understand that. J.J. Jennings, though, I can see the speed. Turned the quickest lap time that last lap with a 17.054. 17.054 for your driver trying to get into this show, J.J. Jennings.
1 spot out of it right now, Zach, as we come to 6 down, 6 to go. Looks like the 8J of John White Jr.
JJ's got to go, and he's got to go now. It'll slide up in front of the slider. Woo! Doesn't mean we're cheering for JJ. We're just cheering for good racing.
Absolutely.
That's what Nick's celebrating.
Absolutely.
Off of 4. He says, sit down and take a seat, John White. John White says, yes, sir.
J.J. Jennings got the 26G rolling around the top side of Heart O Texas Speedway. Started well back in the pack. Started 8th on this race, Zach.
The only car now to break into the 16-second bracket, 16.950 that last lap when he passed that car, when he even dropped to the low side. Man, he is actually killing it right now. J.J. Jennings, all he needs to do is hold on to that steering wheel because he's trying to hold on to that beast right now. That thing is rolling around the Heart of Texas Speedway. Up to the 4th and final spot, and we got one limp at the top of turn number 1. And that's not the good way to go, brother.
Jennings down, dives to the bottom. Zach, the car working at the top, the car working at the bottom. Jennings trying to do everything he can to gain more positions. Got himself a transfer spot right now. We're coming to 2 to go.
And Jennings has to know that he has a pretty sizable advantage over John White. I'm sure somebody's over there giving him the old hand signal to even throw it down there. And he does not want to open it up enough for John White to try to get back there for that outside line. But JJ's really good at throwing the car down to the bottom into 1 and 2. Doesn't quite stick at the bottom in the 3 and 4 of the wells. It does in 1 and 2. But the name of the game is he's come all the way from the tail up into a 4th and final spot.
Slings it down into turn number 1 once again. Zach, we're nearly 3 wide. The white flag is in the air, about a half a lap to go. Actually, 1 set of corners for your leader, Adam Roy. Roy gonna take the win and eat race number 10. Second spot gonna be the X2X. 4th spot gonna be the 41D of Darren Blake. Lights are out, ladies and gentlemen. B feature number 1 for the Sport Mods going green this time out of 4. And Garrett Gregory, the former South Texas shootout winner, takes the lead off the top of turn number 2. Here comes Manning on the inside, picks up 2 spots down the backstretch into 3. Manning on the bottom of the racetrack, Garrett Gregory sideways. We've got Ronnie Bell around. No, that's Jack Barfield Jr. in the 115. Barfield gets it fired back up and back underway. Kevin Manning gone back 2 more spots this time. Back up front. Your leader still Gregory in the 148, second spot. A heck of a battle right now between Clement on the top and Westover on the bottom. Brandon Ball getting in the back of the 44 machine just a little bit. Once again, top 4 advance to the A feature tonight. 3 laps down. This time around, it's still Gregory out front. Clement in second. Third spot is Cale Westover. 4th spot is Brandon Ball, but here comes Kevin Manning on the bottom of the 8X machine. Sid Kippen right up alongside the wall on the outside down the backstretch. Into turn number 3, Kippen on the top. Manning trying to make something happen on the bottom. Don't think it's going to work out. Kippen takes the spot around the outside. And, Sid Kippen has to get on the binders to avoid being the nose pinched off. Into turn number 3. Kippen now in the 5th spot. Manning on the bottom of the racetrack once again out of turn number 4. Gonna lose 2 spots with Kippen and Smith both getting around. Battle heating up at the front of the pack. Clement now right on the tail tank of Garrett Gregory into turn number 4. Gregory right around the top side of the racetrack. Mitchell Clement trying to find a way around. Clement to the bottom of turns 1 and 2. Slides up the racetrack, not going to be enough. Gregory into the wall. Garrett Gregory smacks the wall out of turn number 2. Gonna lose the lead to Mitchell Clement. Third spot, Cale Westover. Your fourth and final transfer, still Brandon Ball. Sid Kippen and Cody Smith side by side now for the 5th spot. Smith down to the bottom of turn number 3. Kippen on the top side. Kippen hangs on to the spot of the stripe. Still, Mitchell Clement out front, 2nd spot. Cale Westover the 44. Then it's Gregory in 3rd. And Cody Smith is around to the top of turn number 4. The driver, the 31S machine, bad luck strikes again. The car goes around, loses the handle at the top of turn 4, trying to get it refired. We're still green at the moment. Smith fires the car back up. Although he has gone a lap down. Smith back on the throttle out of turn number 2, gets back in a line. Gonna be 11 laps down this time by, ladies and gentlemen, be made number 1 for the limited modifieds. 11 laps in the books. Mitchell Clement coming to 2 to go this time from flagman Jeff Bowser. He's your leader. 2nd spot, Cale Westover. Then it's Gregory and Ball, your top 4. Sid Kippen going to be coming to the white flag this time. 1 spot out of a transfer to the main event, this time around the top side of the racetrack. White flag in the air from Jeff Bowser. Kippen knows he's got to go, and he's got to go now. Ball makes a mistake. Kippen tries to capitalize out of turn number 2. Sid Kippen gonna stick to the top side of the racetrack. Checkered flag waves for Mitchell Clement. Westover 2nd. 3rd spot goes to Gregory. Ball in 4th. So, those are your top 4 transfers into the A main tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Limited feature number 2 on the speed plan. Ready to drop the hammer from the pole. It's showtime. Shane Haeflin driving the API, Pump and Supply. Three wide on the start into 1 and 2. Denny Abe around the hub. The meat and the sandwich there for just a moment was the 63 of Showtime Shane. 2-3. Off of turn number 4. Down the front boulevard, it's Chris Folio with the race lead. Chris Folio with the race lead over Showtime Shane Haeflin as the caution waves for a melee down the front straightaway, and we got one turn the wrong direction. It's Darren Blake. The top 4 will transfer once again, race fans. As we drop the hammer, we're back underway. A little bit of contact there for the 4th and final spot. Abear getting into it there a little bit with Keith White in the 71. And he'll dispose of him down the back straightaway. Here comes Clickenbeard, Nick Clickenbeard, riding to the inside. The runner-up to Joel Cuvion in the 2016 edition of the 5,000 win 2nd annual Battle of Boot Hill. At the Boot Hill Speedway, of course, the inaugural winner, Stephen Whitaker Jr. out of Corpus Christi of that particular event. It's down the back straightaway. It's heating up here for 5th, right behind the transfer spot. The Lafayette, Louisiana native, Danny Aber, holding on to the 4th and final spot at the time being. The Keith White in a hell of a battle right now. And pushing up the racetrack, the 33 of Blaine Childs nearly opened the door all the way for the 182 of Danny Aber to walk through it, but he wasn't able to pull the trigger and go through. So Aber holds on to this 4th and final transfer spot. I'll tell you what, this is a stacked field. These are the best cars, obviously, that you could find that didn't transfer, or that did transfer out of the heats that weren't already locked in from the 4 preliminary A qualifiers we've had prior to tonight's action. So the cream of the crop, and these trying to get in the final few spots to make the A main. They're 3 wide for transfer on the final few laps here. Actually only 6 in this time by. Off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway, it's Florio, and it looks like Shane Haeflin has a quicker car on the racetrack, and he does. Haeflin Turn to the quickest lap on lap number 3 with a 16.841. And we got one. It's Latrell turn facing the wrong direction of the front straightaway wall. I have no other choice but to throw the caution. The driver of the Outlaw Fabrication number 11 machine. Maybe some of the silliest analogies I've ever used, or whatever you'd like to say.
You got some heavy cars outside of transfer spots right now. It's like it's about to get crazy.
And there it is. Crazy it is on the restart. It's Showtime Shane went high, wide, and handsome there on the restart and fanned out the 63 and opened up the door there for momentarily. But here comes Quick Nick to the inside. He wants second. He already got around Blaine Shives. Nick down the back straightaway. Here we go. It's heating up Danny Hebert, and here comes Blaine Shives back again.
And look at Shives trying to repay the favor there. Like you said, Zach not going to work out. Clickenbeard hangs on to third. It's Shives in fourth. Look at Danny Hebert. Shot in the shorts.
Yeah, a shot in the tail tank as they to the inside. Look at this guy. Where'd you come from? Oh, Blaine Shives turned the wrong direction. Look out, Adam Roy.
Oh, no, and Wotek with nowhere to go slams into the back of the 33 of Blaine Shives. What a lick from Freddie Wotek. And support his children by coming out here and helping out with that great event. I absolutely love it. Yeah, 3 weeks from tonight as we go back green with Chris Florio out front in B-Main number 2 for the limited modified, Zach.
Shane got really loose there on the restart, but he powers back to the outside of the 66 at Quick Nick. And Quick Nick as they try to go 3 wide there. Danny Hebert. I'll tell you what, Hebert does not want to put it on the trailer. And they make contact down the back straightaway. In the turn number 3, he and Keith White, I do believe, making some contact there.
Absolutely, that is the captain. Oh, and Hebert is around in turn 4.
I got a critter up my shirt. I got a critter.
That ain't no bueno. And we've got Chris Florio leading lap number 9.
Hold on, man. I got to tend to
as Zach tries to get his occupancy back down to 1 in his T-shirt there. And out on the racetrack right now, it's still Chris Florio out front. Shane Heffling in second spot. Nick Clickenbeard. Nick Clickenbeard in third. Captain America Keith White in fourth. And Jeff Shepard, 1 spot out in fifth. Shepard, a track regular here at Heart O Texas Speedway. Those front 3 right now, ladies and gentlemen, you can just about throw a blanket over them. End of turn number 3. It's Florio up top. Heffling in second. You all right, brother?
I've seen tons of love bugs, but I ain't seen a June bug hang out past the month of June in a long time.
Is that what you had up your sleeve?
I had a June bug up yonder.
I can't stand them things, man.
Yeah, that thing needs to head back to June, man. He's living way past his time. Off and forward down the front straightaway. June bug's crawling on you. Feels like, ooh, my googly woogly. In the 1. As with they're tighter than the top string on a Texas fiddle right now for 1 through 3. As back and forth, it is your driver, Keith White. And Matt Shepard's licking his chops. He's only got 2 more laps, though. Nick Robbins to settle the score. Matt Shepard's got to go, and he's got to go now.
Yeah, Jeff Shepard, a regular here. No, you're good, brother. Jeff Shepard, a regular here at Heart O Texas Speedway, got as many laps around this racetrack as anybody, but he's behind a multi-time national champion in the Southern Sport Mod ranks. That's Captain America Keith White as a white flag comes out.
Yeah, the good news is the driver of the Performance Automotive, Cam Chassis, Herrera Custom Cabinets, Baird Electric, Les Clark Remodeling, DMAR Construction, Texas Tire Outlet, number 17. He's right there to make a bonsai move maybe here on the final lap. But the good news is you're there, but the bad news is yeah, Captain America's up in front of you.
That's right. Checker flag gonna wave. Zach Chris Florio with the win. Heffling in second. Clickenbeard third, and it will be Keith White with the 4th and final transfer spot.